Hey, MMT followers, Christina Fuges with MMT, back for another quick MMT chat. My guest today is Greg Gierach with Dynamic Tool Corporation, who is MoldMaking Technologies 2024 Lead Time Leader Award winner. I have to mention that. Hi, Greg.
Hello, how are you today?
Good. All right. So when I visited the company for the Lead Time Leader video story and feature, the development center building still had holes in the ground, and there was a lot of excitement in what was about to come. There was a lot of excitement in the air about what was coming down the pike. So
Yes.
the development center, in a nutshell, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, it's expanding Dynamics capabilities. So it's designed for collaboration is the key, right? So it's designed for long-term collaboration. It's bringing together product designers, suppliers, equipment providers, engineers, mold makers, manufacturing experts, bringing them all together to create optimized turnkey solutions. And it's enhancing support in the areas of DFM, automation, metrology, and manufacturing cell development. So we fast forward today, and I see from dynamic social media activity that progress is continuing. So why don't we first get a general rundown of where the center is located and then a current rundown of the current equipment and capabilities.
Sure. Yeah, you did a very good overview there. So obviously our marketing efforts are working. We're trying to keep everybody up to speed and in tune with us as we're evolving. So we recently did a remodel on our shop down at Campbell, which is our main tool shop, um, in conjunction with finishing off the development center. So our development center is located about 4 blocks away from our tool shop on Wooddale in the industrial park in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin here. And really what we were trying to do is, as you mentioned, just develop a central meeting place that we can take our tooling and bring it in with our customers and really close the loop on the whole process. So when we talk about the total design for cost or the DFC that we call, what we're trying to do is take into consideration everything from when the tool is complete and on a pallet to all the steps to get it up in production as quickly as possible and most cost effectively. So in our center here, we've got a sampling lab or a sampling floor. Currently have 8 presses on the floor. Our goal and our vow to our customer base is that you come here every 6 months, the floor is going to look different. It's going to have different equipment on it. It's going to have new technologies on it. We're meeting with a lot of, I guess, the industry leaders in auxiliary equipment, automation, things like that. That's part of the future of what we want to really bring to our current customers so that they can really take a well-groomed tool off of our floor, get it up into production as soon as possible and start making parts and not have that lag time that typically happens when you're trying to do a startup. So a lot of the initial validation would be done here.
Is there something special or like a special feature of this development center that's your favorite that you like when it comes to the customer in mind?
Well, from the feedback that we've gotten, we've really developed like an experience center for them. So when they come, we have our own conference rooms that we can dedicate to them. We have office space that if they're here for an extended period of time or they're back for repeated visits, they know what they can expect. During the sample process phase and metrology phase and all of the things that lead into validation, there are downtimes where you have, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. While we're hanging a tool, making a modification to the tool, prepping other materials, so on, where they can go off in their own office and they can do other business and kind of keep up to things. Conversely, we've got methods in place right now where they can, almost do like a virtual sample from the outside. And we're expanding that capability so that they're really in tune with everything that's happening and using their time wisely. We're really trying to be conscious again of everybody that needs to be involved from the different disciplines, throughout the process and make it as easy as possible and as comfortable as possible for them. So when they come here, they want to be here, right? It's more than just a tool sample. We're solving problems and we're giving them an environment where they feel comfortable and they can multitask and get a lot of things done.
Right. Like I was gonna say, kind of like a home away from home when it comes to the shop environment, maybe you're trying to
Right.
create that. All right, can
Right.
you give me a specific example of the kinds of projects or partnerships that are happening at the development center and how that is helping Dynamic come up with new ideas and new solutions? Give me a concrete example.
Couple things. So we're involved in a turnkey situation right now where we have some vertical injection presses here. The customer's got vertical injection presses that are identical, and there's multiple tools that we're developing. And as we finish a batch of tools, they're transferring to their production home
Hmm.
where they're going to stay long term. And then we're doing the next batch of tools. This has really become one of the first examples where we can cite, we listen to what they say. And when they're here doing this on the floor with us, this happens to be an insert, a metal insert overmold, and that's why it's in a vertical. And when they come here and they go, man, we really wish you'd have this, it goes on the list. And that becomes the next thing that we talk about internally. It's like, has anybody else heard that they want CT scanning? Yes. Okay. Let's make a strategy for this and let's interview these people that are asking us for it and hopefully maybe get in their facility so that we can duplicate. These guys have obviously put a lot of time and a lot of mental horsepower behind this, and we want to just take their experience and shorten our learning curve and to try to duplicate the method in which we go through, in this case, say measuring something so that we can correlate our data with them, and it speeds things up long term. And then also in conjunction with that, they know what our capabilities are, and they know that we're committed to improving these over time. So we're just going to continue evolving with our customers, and you know as their needs come up, try to do everything we can to create a full circle of service here.
I guess that ties in. I was going to ask you about, I know it's been mentioned that the center is built to be flexible, but correct me if I'm wrong. What you just explained there, is that what you mean by that? You're flexible in terms of building out what the customer needs, or is flexibility being defined a different way?
Now, flexibility to us means we plan on having open shop space. We plan on having open floor space. And the reason being is if we get involved in a contract with several tools involved, or they have a specific press that they're looking for, or if they have back end automation that they want to develop with us, we don't have to move things around. We've already got a spot. Now, the intent of that is that we would develop all of this, pick it up and transfer it. And then we wait for the next one to come, and here's that floor space. So although we have, I would say probably 60% of our floor space on the development center location here, we've got a dedicated sampling presses and equipment. We intend on leaving parts of it open. So,
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense. Got it.
yeah.
Can you go into a little bit about how you're using things like automated inspection and measurement tools in the center?
Yeah, again, this is we want to have the foundation here, and we've got experience. Several of our key folks on our core team, our development team, has experience from part design. To some of our past experience was in contract manufacturing and automated assembly and inspection and things like that. So we're drawing on these resources to really give us guidance internally, to give us guidance, different perspectives on how we should go about doing this. So a lot of the back end automation, or what we say, what happens after the parting line opens and the part comes out, is really predicated on what our customer wants. When we run a lot of high cavitation tooling. So inline inspection with end of arm tooling and fixturing, fixturing that's designed from the beginning of during the DFM or the design for manufacture process. We're already thinking about the fixturing and how are we going to go about doing this, how are we going to validate it, and then how are we going to prove things out over the extended, say a sample runs for a week or 2 weeks. We want to be able to have things on the back end that can ensure and prove through data that part number one and part 10,000 were molded exactly the same within the process window, and we're getting repeatable molded results of product, and that gives our customers confidence that, yeah, thumbs up, ship the tool, we're going to get this thing up in production. So we're really doing that as a service, based on their specific requests and whatever that application is. So it's kind of hard to nail it down, because really sky's the limit on what they want to request from us, and then how we go through and develop it for them.
I mean, that's pure customer service at that point and collaboration. It's really
Right.
key. So the next 2 years, let's think about that, or the next year or 2 years, what are your goals for this development center? And be realistic, Greg.
Well, I think I really think that in the next 2 years, we want to complete. If I got to target something, 3 true turnkey situations, kind of hone the process of how we go about doing that, and that includes a lot of these things take a lot of time, because we are doing a lot of research and development with equipment suppliers, with material suppliers, different technologies from a pressure sensing perspective, all of the really focusing a lot on the camera side of things and what you can do for that back end inspection. And also something that we're developing now is, how can we give visibility to our customers team on the outside, and make them, if they aren't boots on the ground, we want them to be here. But if they can't, because their team is 10 people deep, but they want to have, them exposed to the event, that we can really put something together where they can come to us virtually and be part of that team.
That's key more and more, right? I mean, ever since COVID, that's exploded and it's stayed with us because it's essential. You need to be able
Yeah.
to bring all those people together no matter where they are.
Yeah. It'll never replace
No,
being face to face, but
agree.
I mean, it's a close second. And I think you hit it right on the head, right from COVID forward, people's willingness to be involved with it, and their basically forced experience
Yeah,
having to use it during COVID.
yeah.
Now they're comfortable with it, and there's different platforms. So we just, we want to just create an environment here where we're open to all of their requests, and come through and say, from a reality standpoint, this is based off our experience. Here's our proposal to you. You pick and choose out of our proposal what you want to go forward with, and we'll get it defined together and go forward.
I'll make
So,
it work. I guess I should have asked you in the beginning, but I'll ask you now. What is your role within Dynamic and specifically within the development center?
so I'm the vice president of sales here. We've got a very strong leadership team, a lot of different experiences. Like I said, our leadership team has a lot of different backgrounds to it, obviously all around the engineering and tooling side, but also from the manufacturing and automation side, equipment side, materials. I mean, we kind of brought a key group all together here. So my main focus going forward is really building strategic long-term relationships, where we're not just doing lip service. We are paying attention to what people are asking for. If we don't have the answer now, we're legitimately working towards that goal of being able to give our customer all the options that they want. And we're really looking for, it sounds cliche saying it because everybody says it, but we really are advocates for partnership, and really being square about where we fit and where we don't, and understanding that not only from our perspective, but does this customer opportunity fit us?
Yeah.
We can build anything, but
It's not always right,
it
right?
it may not always be a fit, and you have
Yeah.
to be honest about that, because
Yeah.
long term, I want to be able to have customers that come back to us and say, yeah, he told me, that he can't do it, but hey, maybe go try this guy, right? And that's what we want to do.
Well, that's part of a
There's
solution too. Having your own network or trusted resources that you may use or lean on, that's being
Yeah.
part of the solution if you can't physically be that solution.
Yep.
All right, last
Yeah,
but not least,
it's
go ahead.
okay.
No, go ahead.
No, last but not least, let's have it.
Last but not least, we're talking a lot about customers and we're talking a lot about what you guys are building. So, how can others out there get involved and be part of what you're building with this development center?
We try to make it as easy as possible to get in touch with us, and that's the first step. And then really I can sit here and talk to you guys, to customers for 3 hours on the phone. And it's all well and good and we like conversation, but really coming and seeing us is the way to do it. And for every opportunity that we have to have a new relationship start, we ask that we go back and see their place. We want to have that connection and understand how they go about business. Does it mesh with how we go about things? And then what we have to offer them from a tool making perspective has been built over decades. And that is our core business. And that is really where our expertise lies. And now we're complementing that with this development center, and we're building a team not only with equipment and capabilities and the actual facility here, but with the expertise and different types of experience so that we can relate to an opportunity and what is really being asked for us.
All right. Well, thank you, Greg. Thanks for sharing all that. I love hearing updates. Once we feature a shop and they continue to keep moving, it proves even more why Dynamic Toll Corporation is a lead time leading shop. So I have to mention, anybody out there, if they are interested in becoming our 2026 lead time leader, we are accepting nominations now. So make sure if you're watching this, go to moldmakingtechnology.com and click on that lead time leader tab, and you can get the process started from there. All right. Again, thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. And to everybody watching, remember, for everything mold making, visit moldmakingtechnology.com. Stay informed and stay inspired.